Name has one of the best, if not the best, hive in Beeswarm Simulator currently. I'm going to be breaking down the bees, beequips, mutations, and some ways you can copy them on a honey budget. If you are a red player, this hive is what you should strive for. This guy makes your entire life savings in a fraction of a second. First up, the bees. As a red hive, having gifted bees is crucial, so every single one of these bees is gifted right out the bat. In terms of support bees, he runs 1 basic bee, 1 rad bee, 1 stubborn bee, 1 commander bee, and 2 Riley bees. These are all for either specific bee equips or the hive bonuses. Like rad bee gives red pollen multiplier, basic bee just gives a pollen multiplier, stubborn bee holds the camphor lip balm, etc. He also runs 2 baby bees for baby love, although some people swap these out for 2 more tadpole bees as they serve a similar purpose. He also runs 1 carpenter bee for the charm bracelet, but we'll get more into bee equips later. While on the surface, these bees seem to be the weakest links, they are some of the most important in the hive, as their unique gifted hive bonuses, or the bee equips they are holding, give insane stat bonuses, like the camphor lip balm and the red pollen and pollen bonuses that I mentioned earlier. Now let's get into the heavy hitters, the Mythics. He runs 11 precise bees, 12 spices, 2 tadpole bees, and 11 vector bees. Precise bees are the main source of honey for red hives, as target practice collects a ton, and precision and precise marks for super crit power and chance is really the only reason red works well. Spices are very important, as without them your main passive in Scorching Star becomes essentially useless. And like I said earlier, some people run 4 tads over 2 tads and 2 baby bees, but you need at least 2 tads. The 11 vector bees help with pollen gathering, with triangulation, as well as setting up marks, which is a crucial part of every red hive. With too little spices, your Scorching Stars will become much worse, and with not enough precise bees, your honey production will take a massive hit. Name has perfected the ratio. Now there's just one more section of bees here. It's going to be the event bees. Name runs Bear, Crimson, Photon, Tabby, and Digital bees. Bear bee is insane, especially with the ability to get dupe tokens. Getting 2 bear morphs and some inspire tokens leads to insane honey output. It also has a very good hive bonus with a 10% pollen boost. Crimson bee is just there for the hive bonus, which is 15% red instant conversion. Photon bee offers some pollen collection, a pretty good hive bonus, and basically an extra free token link with the Paper Angel bee equip. Tabby bee offers insane stats and some extra honey production with scratch and a very good hive bonus. Lastly, digital bee is, well, it's digital bee. It's the best bee in the entire game, and it's not even close. The only reason people are making quadrillions a boost is this bee. It allows every other part of this hive to function at its highest capacity. Unfortunately, you need to grind out its drives for it to be this good, and Name has every drive maxed. All of the bees in this hive mesh perfectly together to create a cohesive unit, and event bees are some of the strongest bees in the game, as only 1 is allowed per hive. And it's tempting to try to use all of them, but top hives run only the ones that are needed. Moving on to bee equips. Most of his are insanely maxed out, but even getting worse versions of them is a very good place to start off. His digital bee is holding the sweatband to give extra gather amount to his smiley tokens. If you can also get a sweatband that has red pollen, that's very helpful, but that is the most expensive one. His bear bee is holding the peppermint antlers with ability rate to maximize its, ability rate. His stubborn bee is holding camphor lip balm to maximize pollen from the pepper patch. Both of his tadpoles are holding poinsettias with red pollen hive bonuses. Both of his Riley bees are holding toy drums, as he has no hasty bee or natural haste in his hive for that matter. He has pink shades on his basic bee, and I would not recommend anyone to try to get pink shades like his, as they are worth thousands of real life dollars. Just try to get a decent one. He has Charm Bracelet on Carpenter Bee, as Melody is one of the best abilities in the game. In the same vein, he runs 1 toy horn and a whistle with Melody. The whistle is also his 3rd source of haste. He runs 2 smiley stickers with Honey Mark, and there's a few of these you can actually get for relatively cheap, So I would get those as the first bee equip you go for. Extra marks are always important so that no matter where you are in the field, your mark bonuses are up. Lastly, he runs a paper angel and a paper clip for extra tokenlings. All of these bee equips are optimized to give either extra abilities without needing those bees or giving insane stat boosts, and some even do both. Obviously, it's hard to get many of these items, so at the end of the video I will discuss some of the substitutions that you can make. Now for the quickest section of this video, it's going to be mutations. Almost every single one of his bees have the move speed mutation, the only exceptions being gather amount on digital bee, and what I believe is convert amount on tappy bee, but don't quote me on that one. While getting mutations for your hive, you could also keep any ability rate mutations that you get, especially if you don't have maxed out digital bee, but move speed is the slightly better option. Now it's finally time for what I'm guessing most of you were waiting for. How can you copy this guy on a budget? I'm starting off with some bad news here. The bees are non-negotiable, but at least they're also the easiest thing to get besides the levels. Now for bee equips, some of them don't have a replacement, but let's start off with what does. The Melody bee equips, which in my opinion is the most important ability that you can get from bee equips. Instead of using one toy horn, you can use two, and you can replace one of your bees with a buoyant bee so it can hold the kazoo. The smiley stickers are the easiest bee equips to get, and they don't have a replacement, so just try to get some valuable items to trade for them. The cheapest smiley sticker I saw was 34 signs to get it with Honeymark, so it's not too bad. A Camphor Lip Balm with a times 1.04 Pepper Patch Pollen bonus isn't that difficult to get from the Dapper Bear shop, and while it's only half of what Name has, it's a lot better than nothing. The same idea goes with Poinsettia and Sweatband. They aren't too difficult to get, but a good one very much is, so just try to get some that are decent. The good pink shades are insanely rare and valuable, so I would just take any pair you could get. To be honest, you just need the hive bonuses, you do not need to get one with focus. Toy drums are also quite easy to get, and they're really only there for haste, so it doesn't matter if you have good ones or not. Leave any questions you have in the comments or ask in my Discord server. Subscribe if you want me to break down any other top players' hives, or comment whose hive I should analyze next.